Mahatma Gandhi envisioned local self-government through Gram Swaraj, village self-rule, where each village would be a self-governing, self-sufficient republic. He believed true independence must begin at the grassroots level and advocated for a decentralized system with power residing in local communities to manage their own affairs, make decisions, and participate in governance. This system, known as Panchayati Raj, would empower villages to handle local needs, including justice, and contribute to a larger, self-reliant nation. India is a country of enormous size and diversity. We have about 600,000 villages, 8,000 towns and over 4,000 cities. Our population has crossed 1.4 billion, almost two-thirds of which live in rural areas. Let us take a trip to Lakshmanpur, a small village in the foothills of the Himalayas. It has 200 houses and a population of about 700, most of whom are farmers. People cultivate their lands and rear cows or goats. Some have relatives serving in the armed forces. A few younger villagers have migrated to the city in search of jobs. What are the needs of this village? Maybe water for the fields, repairing the main road if it got damaged by heavy rains, or maintaining the village's primary school. How will the villagers take decisions about such matters that affect their daily lives? And where will they get the resources to meet those needs? What will happen if there is a dispute about land or if some of the crop is stolen? Many such questions can arise in a village. Can people run to the state or the national capital for every such issue? Panchayati Raj system. Like every village in India, the Lakshmanpur people have a system of local government called Panchayat, which refers to a village council. Panchayats bring governance closer to the people, making it possible for them to actively participate in decision-making processes. That is why the Panchayat system, also known as Panchayati Raj, is a form of self-government. Panchayats play a vital role in addressing local issues, promoting development and ensuring that the benefits of government schemes reach the grassroots level. As is clear from the diagram, the Panchayati Raj system works at 3 levels. From bottom up, the village, the block and the district. This is called a 3-tier system. Together, these institutions' responsibilities cover almost all aspects of life in the district, from agriculture, housing, maintenance of roads, management of water resources, education, healthcare and social welfare to cultural activities. Let us begin with the base, the Gram Panchayat, which is closest to the people in rural areas. Its members are elected directly by the Gram Sabha, which is a group of adults from a village, or group of neighboring villages, who are enrolled as voters. In the Gram Sabha, women and men discuss all matters related to their area and take decisions. Each Gram Panchayat elects a head or president called the Sarpanch, or Pradhan. In recent years, more and more women have become Sarpanches. The Gram Panchayat is assisted by a Panchayat secretary who performs administrative functions such as calling meetings and maintaining records. Most Gram Panchayats are also assisted by an officer called Patwari, in many parts of India, who maintains the villagers' land records. In some cases, the Patwari keeps maps that are generations old. Exemplary Sarpanches. Jnaneshwar Campbell is a transgender person who was elected Sarpanch of Tarangful village in the Solapur district of Maharashtra in 2017. Campbell's motto is Lok Seva, Gram Seva, that is, service to the village is service to the public. Campbell defeated 6 other candidates to become the Sarpanch. Jnaneshwar Campbell will create history. Campbell will become the first ever transgender from Maharashtra to assume office as the Sarpanch of a village. The 38-year-old was elected to the post by the villagers of Tarangful, located in Solapur district. Campbell will join the likes of Joyita Mandal, the first transgender to be appointed as the judge of a Lok Adalat in West Bengal, and Manabi Bandyopadhyay, the first transgender principal of a school in the country, who have made the community proud. My election to the Sarpanch post proves that people here are open-minded and took my work and not gender into consideration while electing me, feels Campbell, who is fondly referred to as Mauli by the villagers. Like others in the transgender community, life has not been easy for Campbell. I realized that I am a transgender when I was around 13 or 14 years old. Since then, I started draping a sari, he informs. It was around the same time that he quit school. The fear of being mistreated led Campbell to leave home at an early age. I had heard stories about transgenders being beaten up and not given due respect or being disowned by their families. I was scared about receiving the same treatment and hence left home, he says. Soon after, Campbell moved to Nimgayan, 7 km away from Tarangful, and dedicated himself to the service of goddess Renuka. My livelihood came from begging, but I considered it God's work, informs Campbell. Campbell returned home only at the age of 25. My parents had taken a lot of efforts to raise me and my 5 siblings. I felt I owed them and came back to take care of them, says Campbell. Even after he returned, the fear of mistreatment haunted him for a while. But, on the contrary, the villagers accepted me like one of their own, informs Campbell, whose popularity among locals increased due to his helpful nature. Nitin Kashti, a resident of the village, says, "Be it about getting medical attention or resolving disputes or getting help for any other thing, Campbell is the go-to person for us. In fact, he is also a matchmaker for many people and has arranged for mass marriage ceremonies in the village." The villagers swear by their new sarpanch and say that his gender was never a problem for them. Why should it matter? He is one amongst us and not any different, says Sunita Tarange, another resident of Tarangful. Sunita also expresses pride in the fact that her village has set an example by giving due respect to Campbell. Despite the country recognizing the third gender in 2014, Campbell feels that the community still struggles for acceptance. People like Joyita, who hold a position of authority, are there because they demanded it. The rest of the community should do the same. Transgenders are still looked down upon. Of course it will take time to change the perception, but this is a start, says Campbell. Transgender or not, everybody deserves equal treatment. He adds, going ahead, Campbell's aim is to develop the village and make it open defecation free. Connectivity through proper roads, making water available for all households and tree plantation also feature on his to-do list as soon as he assumes office. Vandana Bahadur Maida, a member of the Bill community from the village of Kankhandvi in Madhya Pradesh, defied patriarchal norms to become the first female sarpanch of her village. She convinced women in the village to attend the Sava meetings and addressed critical issues like education and sanitation, earning recognition far and wide. Vandana's journey shows how women can play a leading role in transforming rural India. Hiware Bazar, a village in Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra, used 166 to be affected by frequent droughts and poor agricultural yield. After Papatrao Baguji Pavar became its sarpanch, he started applying Anna Hujra's model of rainwater harvesting, watershed conservation and massive tree planting of lakhs of trees, all of which contributed to the recharge of groundwater. With the collaboration of the villagers, Hiware Bazar became a green and prosperous village in a few years. Shri Papatrao Pavar was awarded the Padma Shri in 2020. Hiware Bazar lies in the drought-prone Ahmednagar district. Prior to 1989, the village was facing several problems such as migration of the villagers to the nearby urban areas, high crime and scarcity of water. In 1990, after Papatrao Baguji Pavar was elected as the sarpanch, village chief, the village used funds from government schemes and launched a program to recover its past glory. The village is conceptualized and planned after Ralegan City, another village noted for its conservational initiatives. The villagers implemented a drip irrigation system to conserve water and soil, and to increase the food production. They avoided crops like sugarcane and bananas, which require a high use of water. The program included rainwater harvesting, digging trenches around the hill contours to trap water, afforestation and building of percolation tanks. These initiatives were complemented by a program for social change, which included a ban on liquor, adoption of family planning, mandating HIV/AIDS testing before marriages and Shramdan, voluntary labor for development of the village. The initiatives greatly improved the socio-economic conditions in the village, and the village was declared an ideal village by the government of Maharashtra. At the National Groundwater Congress, in New Delhi on September 11, 2007, the village received the National Water Award by the Government of India. In 1995, Only a tenth of the village's land was arable, and 168 of its 182 families were below the poverty line. By 2010, the average income of the village had increased 20-fold. 50 of the villagers had become millionaires, in Indian rupees, and only 3 families were below the poverty line. The grass harvest increased from 100 tons in 2000 to 6,000 tons in 2004. And the milk production rose from 150 liters a day in the mid-1990s to 4,000 in 2010. The government even provided them with 4 bandis. Clarification needed. Citation needed. 1. Kurhad Bandi 2, Charai Bandi 3, Nasha Bandi 4, Naz Bandi. Child-friendly Panchayat initiative. Panchayats are supposed to listen to everyone's voice, including the voice of children. The child-friendly Panchayat initiative creates opportunities for children to express their ideas and opinions on matters that concern their well-being. Steps are being taken in several states to encourage the participation of children in Bal Savas and Bal Panchayats on a regular basis, while village elders try to Panchayat Samiti and Zila Parishad. Similar institutions exist at the block level and the district level, which are above the village level. Their names are listed in the pyramidal diagram we saw. The Panchayat Samiti at the block level is the link between the Gram Panchayat and the Zila Parishad at the district level. The members of these institutions are elected by the local people, but they may have other members like sarpanches of the villages in the area and local members of the state legislative assembly. The composition of the Panchayat Samitis differs from state to state, but their role in strengthening the participation of local people remains the same. They coordinate matters across Gram Panchayats, for instance, by collecting development plans from all Gram Panchayats and putting them together to present them at the district or state levels respectively. This facilitates the allotment of funds for such development projects and for government schemes such as the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, which promotes the construction of all-weather roads in rural areas. At all the 3 levels, special rules have been made so that disadvantaged sections of the population can make their needs and problems heard. These institutions also have a provision for reserving 1/3 of the seats for women. Let us remember that the structure and functions of the Panchayati Raj institutions differ a little across states. This is because the states have authority over those institutions. But their objectives are the same. It is to enable villagers to take an active part in the management and development of their villages